the Op with Ross. He's going to show us the new games from the Op, which was formerly USA Opera League.
Hey, what's up? I'm Ross here at the Op, but here we are at PAX Unplugged 2019.
So we are going to take a look first at Harry Potter Death Eaters Rising, which is a reskin, retheme.
So it's a, I think what's fun about our Rising games is they all have a little bit of different stuff to it, right?
Yeah.
And so for our Harry Potter version, it does add a little bit more. It's not really a second edition, but it adds a bit more stuff to it, right? So in this one, what we're doing is you're fighting against Voldemort directly, which is great. And so like in Darkseid and Thanos, they're having their own different thing. You can't fight against Thanos and Darth Vader. So in this one, you're fighting against Voldemort and the Death Eaters.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot more co-op nature to it with the dice, right? So with the dice, you're able to obviously recruit more heroes to your team, but also you have faction abilities you can do with. So instead of playing as your hero with your team, you're playing as the Order of the Phoenix, as Dumbledore's army, as the Hogwarts staff. And those cards have things you can do with your dice, whether you can remove corruption off the location, or you can take, oh my gosh, you can heal, or you can do damage depending on which faction you are. So it's really cool that it adds a lot more to it. And then I like how some of the cards, like if you have more Weasleys, they add more abilities there.
They help each other out because there's so many of them.
That's because there's so many of them, right? And then depending on like if you have wizard, wand wizards, or you've got Lord of the Phoenix guys, they can do more stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I was actually surprised when I got it. It's not about the houses. It's not Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw. It's Dumbledore's army, Order of the Phoenix, and then the Hogwarts house, which I think is really cool.
It's great.
That way you don't have people being like, well, I'm Ravenclaw. Where's my Ravenclaw house? Like, you can be like, no, you can do something else, something different. You don't have to fight over which house is the best, because I know people get very entrenched in that.
Totally. And what's kind of fun is like a lot of our games, you can kind of tell where they are in the story, right? So this one's right alongside that Order of the Phoenix. Kind of, you've got Sirius Black in there too, right? So he hasn't, whatever.
Spoiler alert!
So yeah. Right, and it's kind of fun too is a lot of the cards, they kind of have that chocolate frog kind of look to them too, with the little hexagon there and everything. So it really has this extra little bit of like the colors on them. If they're Order of the Phoenix, they're very red. If they're Hogwarts, they're purple. And so our Dumbledore's army, and so it's very neat how it all kind of comes together. I like one of the fun things too. I didn't realize it until it was on a live stream. Was the box art?
Oh yeah, it's got a slip cover that comes off it. So
So it has this slip cover, but then on it there, so it has the Sorting Hat. It has Hogwarts, and then I didn't realize it until a little bit ago.
Oh, the Harry and Voldemort.
It's got Harry and Voldemort in there, right?
Yeah.
So kind of a cool way to do that and kind of play around in the fun Harry Potter world.
Yeah. So how do you say his name? The villain? How do you say it?
Voldemort?
It's no T. It's Voldemort. They mispronounce it in the movies.
Oh, is that?
She said, J.K. Rowling said, it's Voldemort. There's no T at the end.
Look at that. Okay.
Learning new things.
Raised by moviness, so there we go. I got to unlearn some things.
I read the books, so and Derek knows that I'm very particular about that, and so he always pronounces that T, and then looks at me.
Oh, that's fun. Good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's Death Eaters Rising, which is super cool. It's available in stores now, which is great.
So Derek and I played that. We had a lot of fun with it. We did defeat Voldemort, but it was close. So what else do we have?
So we got new stuff coming out. I think we talked about Toy Story a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So you guys got this game and played it up?
We did, because we love Toy Story. I'm a huge Jessie fan. Derek is all about Buzz. And we've gotten our son into it. So our son Seb is 2. He started watching Toy Story. He's very into the characters. So this is a deck building 7-part adventure.
Yeah, so what it is, so you're playing through each of the animated films and then the 2 holiday shorts, right? Yeah. So it's game 1 is the first movie, game 2 is second, and then it's the Christmas, and then the Halloween short, and then the final film.
Yeah.
Or well, 4th film. We'll see, right? And so in that, it plays alongside our deck building co-op engine, right? So you're playing together. You can do 5 characters.
After the second year, right? Because thematically, Jessie does not show up until the second movie.
That's right, and so that's why she comes in when she does. And then I like how this game adds a lot more cooperativeness to it too, right? So because if you have a lot of the toy soldiers, they do different things. Where if you play one on your turn, then they get more abilities there. There's a lot more cards that help with healing. The swing is very different, right? Because in Hogwarts Battle, you only got 5 health on your characters. This one you've got 10, and so it has that nice back and forth. Sometimes you can take a lot of damage, so you kind of got to gauge that appropriately as you're going along. So, and then it revs up as you go on and on and on. But spoilers, so I don't want to go too
And
much
the
into
little
it.
tokens are the Pixar ball and the Pixar lamp.
Yes, they are. Isn't that fantastic?
That is the best thing ever. I love that.
Yeah, and so it really kind of plays into a lot of that too. And then you're fighting a lot of obstacles and adventures, but you're not fighting things, right? Like, you're working through problems, and so like one of the problems is like dealing with jealousy and doing this kind of thing. So I like that, like the encounters that you're dealing with are very Toy Story-esque.
Yeah. So
Right.
like the second one, you're trying to do it before the guy gets to the airport,
Right.
So you have the little map with the little token
And it
and
takes
the
it all
little,
along.
and he goes along, and you're just trying to complete it before he gets there, which I
Yeah,
love.
and it revs up a little bit. It's good stuff. It's very fun. This one is definitely shaded a little bit more toward kids too. But at the same time, you know, as you get deeper into it, it does have that hobby feel to it.
Yeah.
It was good.
There's definitely a lot of strategy to it. Derek and I have played through 3 levels. We're super excited to get back and finish playing it because we do love this deck building system and we do love the world and the Toy Story. So
It's so much fun.
Super fun, yeah.
And then we had talked about for a little bit. I think let's go to Geek Out for a hot
Yeah,
second. Right?
let's do it.
So with Disney Geek Out, what you're doing, it's a game by Elise Teague, and so what she's done with it is it's a trivia game where you roll the dice, and depending on the dice, it tells you if it's going to be an animation or a music or whatever kind of question. So like one of the things could be, I love this question, but it's been name 2 movies, animated movies with boats in them, right? And so then you would go, I could name 2, I could name
3.
I could name 3. So we had a live stream at the office, and Lauren's like, I could do 11. And then she named 11, and then the funny thing was, the minute she finished, we're like, oh my gosh, I can name like 10 more, because we had figured out all these other movies that did it. So once it gets going, it's
Yeah, like I was just thinking, like the first I thought of Moana because obviously the ship.
Yeah.
And then Frozen because they're in the fjord.
Right.
And then I was like, well, Finding Nemo, he goes and he touches the boat.
Yeah.
And then Prince Eric sails, and obviously the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, going up and like, oh yeah, there's
There's
a
like
lot.
Atlantis and these things, and then you go like, okay, well, Steamboat Willie, like there's got a boat there too.
Yeah. So you're gonna like say a number, and then after the fact, be like, oh, now I know 8 more.
Oh yeah, well, and then it got funny because then we had to have a whole debate on, well, which Star Wars ships are they ships or boats, right?
That's different.
Jabba's sail barge is a boat, but an
yeah.
X-wing is a ship,
Yeah.
right? So that was where we kind of got into that.
Yeah, I
weird
was
little-
thinking of like Stitch. I was like, there's not really boats because they go sailing and like the spaceships land in the water, but they're not actually like
No, they're
boats.
ships. They're boats.
They're,
Yeah.
They're ships. They're not like
boats.
boats.
Yeah.
They just happen to land in the water.
Right.
Because I was like, no, that one wouldn't count because I don't know if there's a boat in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it gets kind of fun, and then it's cool because the different categories, it could be like live action or animation, and then we were diving deep on some live action stuff. And we're like, oh my gosh, Johnny Tsunami, James all these like old Disney films, like Brink, right? Like oh my gosh. So it's fun. It allows you to kind of dive deep on a lot of these things, and especially right now with Disney Plus being out.
Yes.
Like,
You can refresh your memory, watch all those movies.
Yeah, there was one where it was like, how many movies can you name with dogs as the main character? Right? And then
What do you define as main character?
Air Bud.
Like,
Right.
Bolt?
Yeah, Bolt's a good one too.
See, like Up, I might even say Doug is a main character.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right,
But,
so
but like for Toy Story, would you say that the dog, he's not a main
I
character,
would
right?
no.
Yeah.
It's
So-
Buzz and Woody and
Yeah, and Jesse.
yeah.
You do Pluto and Goofy
Oh,
and
totally.
or Goofy.
Yeah. So that's where it kind of gets into that fun back and forth. So it's out now too, which is super great.
Super fun.
Yeah, but we've had a really fun year. I mean, we're just celebrating 25 years as a company.
Congratulations.
Just thank you so much. It's been really cool. Like with the rebrand for the op, it's been super fun. We've had a lot of good games coming out this year, so we're really jazzed for 2020. And it's gonna be fun stuff.
Yeah, and hopefully Derek and I are only a couple hours away from you. We'll make it down there to
I would
the
love that.
headquarters. We're gonna work on it next year. 2020 is the year. We're
Let's
gonna
do
do
it.
it. Okay.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.